औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम फ़ना मांगता हूँ मैं अल्लाह की शैतान मरदूद से। अल्लाह के नाम से शुरू जो बहुत मेहरबान नहायत रहम वाला है। सब तारीफ़ अल्लाह के लिए जो मालिक है सारे जहान वालों का, बहुत मेहरबान नहायत रहम वाला है। मालिक है जो रोज़ जज़ा का। हम तेरी ही इबादत करते हैं और तुझी से मदद मांगते हैं। हमको सीधे रास्ते चला, रास्ता उनका जिन पर तूने इनाम किया, ना कि उनका जिन पर तेरा गज़ब हुआ और न बह के होगा। Sadaqallahul Azim. I welcome you all in the online session of power generation. In last session, we have discussed about the topic that we called uh, steam generating power plant, and the following aspect we already discussed in the previous session. Now I start the session with a reminder as a recall of these sessions. Steam generating power plant, we have discussed about the boiler, superheater, economizer, and air preheater. These are the four parts that we have discussed in previous steam generating power plant. Steam generator, you already discussed that. We have already discussed that the in a steam power plant, air is intake to increase the heatness and hotness of the heat at this level. Force rod FD fan. These are the fan that by applying the air increase the pressure of heat at this level, and at this level these are the drums on which the heat of the steam is collected. These are the evaporator which evaporate the water and flow the heat steam in this drum. Furthermore, preheater are connected. Preheater is the kind of preheater is the kind of mechanism function uh, which can dry the heat, pressurize more heat to the superheated steam, and to make a moisture steam into a dry steam. That's the main purpose of superheater, to convert a normal steam, moisture normal steam, to superheated saturated dry steam. That's the purpose of superheater, that to convert the kind of thing. And after that scenario we got the steam to turbine. What kind of steam? This is the superheated saturated dry steam that we get at this level. Okay, comes to that, this is the feeding water by which water is intake at this level. And by the flow of water can be intake at this level, and water would be evaporate. That means कि वो भाप में convert हो जाता है, और वो जो भाप होती है हम उसे हासिल करते हैं. Furthermore, when we extract the steam at this drum, further mechanism I already discussed before that. Feed of water can be here. That water would be river water. The water cannot be take directly from the river. It should be treatment or treat water. Treat water from water treatment plant. This is the feed pump which can extract the water and supply to the these kind of supplies of ways. Economizer already discussed, and furthermore flow of gases. These are the flue gases, and those gases which are flowed from the chimney. And these are the those kind of gases which are carbon emission and toxic kind of gases. After treatment, it can be flow from the chimney. This is the induced drop of ID fan, which can extract the normative gases to extract into air. In last session we have discussed these kind of topic. If anyone have any kind of difficulty in these uh, in this topic in this session, so please ask. I will repeat my kind of topic and explain to you what kind of topic is it. If anyone have not kind of issue in this slide, so move on to the next one. Type of steam. What kind of steam that we are using here? As shown in the diagram below, there are three types of steam. तीन तरह की भाप होती हैं, steams होती हैं. Wet steam, a mixture of water plus steam, liquid plus vapor. And we also know that the liquid steam cannot be used in the turbine because it will cause to carbonize and uh, change the properties of turbine blade, which is made by the titanium. So that's the reason steam would not be wet. We take a break of azan of 1 minute. You can read these things. Rustam Ali, raise the hand, please ask your question. Yes, Mr. Rustam Ali, please ask your question. You raise the hand.
Sorry, sir, by mistake.
Okay, by mistake. Okay, continue करते हैं हम सेशन को. In last we have discussed about uh, the wet steam that we collect. We are talking about in this thing at the boiling point temperature of water at a given pressure. Quality of a steam refers to fraction or percentage of the gaseous steam in a wet steam mixer. In the first stage, when we extract the heat from the economizer, it is in the wet form. And we also know that I already told you before that in this session, in previous session in lecture 26 of power generation, that wet steam cannot be used in the steam turbine because wet steam can damage the turbine blade, which is made by the titanium, and due to the corrosion and due to the carbonization of turbine's blade, we are not using the wet steam. But wet steam is the part of that economizer that we collect in the drum. Drum of what? Drum at this level. Here is the stage where the steam is collected. Comes to the next one. Wet steam have to be converted into dry steam. Dry steam is that which is not wet and the moisture is 100% should be removed from the steam, and that steam should be called dry steam. Steam at a given pressure that contains no water. That means there is a moisture, drop of water and pigments of water. There should be no kind of at least a single drop of water, also referred as a saturated steam. So dry steam is also known as a saturated steam in which completely dry. The steam quality is 100% of pure without the moisture. At the top of a steam generator units of the producing saturated steam, there are moisture separators. Moisture separators are those which can extract the moisture from the steam and can be make a dry steam. Dry steam at a given pressure that has been heated to a temperature higher than the boiling point of water at that pressure. So we have to use a superheated steam. Can anyone tell me that how we can convert a superheated steam? How can we convert a superheated steam? Can anyone tell me that how can we convert it? Anyone have idea about it? In previous slide, I already discussed that a superheater is a type of function that convert your dry steam to superheated saturated heat, that is moisture free, pressurized, that is provided to the steam turbine. That particular steam is called superheated steam, and this level can be achieved by first we get the wet steam, then dry that steam, and then superheated steam would be formed. Hopefully, all the concepts are clear at this level. So these are the type of steam. The rest remaining I skip from this slide and comes to that the superheated steam. A greater quality, a greater quantity of steam can be generated from a given quantity of water by superheating. Superheating means superheater. It as the fire is burning at much higher temperature. That means the fire that we provided at the stage is too much in heat of aspect, burning as much higher temperature than the saturated steam. It produces far more heat can be transferred to the one form of steam by the superheating it and turning the water droplets suspended therein into more steam. That means if we got the wet steam, we have to dry that steam. And what is the problem in dry wet steam is that there is a droplet of waters that we have to further convert into a steam and to make it a dry steam and greatly reducing water consumptions. The superheater works like coils on an air conditioning unit, however, to different end the steam piping. With steam flowing through it, is directed through a flue gases path in the boiler furnace. This area typically is between 1300 degree centigrade to 1600 degree centigrade or Celsius. We can also set this in the Fahrenheit temperature. It would be 2372, and from the starting range to the ending range would be 2912 degree Fahrenheit. That's the reason we need to add a superheater to make the wet or dry steam to saturated steam. I think I'm right. That is saturated superheated steam. For this purpose, we need superheater. And for superheater, the at the time of temperature would be 300 to 1600 degree centigrade. So I think you imagine what kind of superheater we required at this level. Okay, comes to the next thing. Some superheaters are radiant type. That means absorb heat by radiation. There are types of heat types, that is convection, conduction, convection, radiation. These are the types of heat. One of that is radiation. Others are convection type, that is absorb heat via fluid gases. That we provide gases, it extract the heat and absorb the heat from the steam. And some are combustion, that means to combust or burn the kind of mechanism and then to produce a superheated steam of the two. So whether by convection or radiation, these are the two types of heat. The extreme heat is in the boiler furnace flue gases path will also heat the superheater steam piping and steam within as well. It is important to note that while the temperature of steam in the superheater is raised, and we also know that the temperature would be 300 1300 degrees centigrade to 1600 degrees centigrade raised, and the pressure of the steam is not. The turbine or moving piston offer a continuous expanding space. That means we required a pressurized steam, and the pressurized steam we only extract after superheater that convert a wet steam into dry steam, and dry steam can insert in superheater convert that heat into super saturated dry steam, and it would be in high pressure, and the pressure remains the same as that of the boiler. The process of superheating steam is most Importantly, designed to remove all droplets of what? Droplets of water, entertain and steam to prevent damage to the turbine blades. As I already told you before that we have to use that kind of steam that have not a single droplet of water. Otherwise, there is a corrosion and carbonization would be formed on the blades of turbine, which is made by the titanium. So we have to avoid the moisture droplets from the turbine blades or associating piping. Superheating, the steam expands the volume of steam, which allows a given quantity by weight the steam to generate more power when the totality of the droplets are eliminated. That means the droplet of water in completely eliminate from in the last stage of superheater. So that's the reason we are keen interest to study the superheater, because after superheater the dry steam would be made in superheated steam. That's the reason we got to understand the superheater. The steam is said to be in a superheated state. Till now, if you have any kind of query, please feel free to discuss. I will resolve the kind of query problem. If you have any kind of query, please discuss. Okay, ji. Moreover, continue the thing that furnace at this stage is a furnace. Furnace we called in Urdu that it is bhatti, in which the fuel is burned at this level. Fuel is burned at this level. There is an air inlet also available by the pump of pressurized air to insert at this level. In the simplicity, I also explain you in that कि जब हम एयर को इनलेट करते हैं तो एयर को इनलेट करने का मकसद ये होता है कि हवा को जब यहाँ से इंसर्ट किया जाता है तो हवा की वजह से आग का जो प्रेशर होता है हीटिंग होती है वो और प्रेशराइज होती है। दैट्स अ रीज़न कि फ्यूल अप्लाई करने के बावजूद हम एयर को इनलेट करते हैं। जिस तरीके से तंदूर में आप देखते होंगे कि उसमें एक वो लगाता है वो ब्लोअर, तो ब्लोअर से आग को भड़काया जाता है। ठीक है, ये आप अपने प्रैक्टिकल सिनेरियोज में भी देख रहे होते हैं। दैट्स द रीज़न वी हैव टू इंट्रोड्यूस एयर टू pump inlet to the furnace with the pressurized heating aspect. Here at this level the heat pressure is too much high and the steam would be formed in these pipes H2O to D2O. D2O water can be extracted and feed water pump through feed water heater. Furthermore, the particular pipes are available in the economizer that can convert a heat or a water into an steam, that is wet steam. Wet steam is insert to the superheater that convert into a superheater or superheated saturated dry steam. After that, that heat is come towards at this level. These are the boilers. These are the boilers which can transform your water into wet steam to dry steam, and dry steam to superheated, saturated dry steam. At this level, we got it these pipes, and at the end, superheated steam to turbine. That superheated, saturated dry steam further going towards steam turbine and run to the turbine's blade. This steam would be in high pressurized steam. So the main thing to use this pressurized steam to move the blades of turbine. And in the previous session, I already discussed the video of turbine, which I again uh, share with you in this session. Okay. Turbine animation I'm going to discuss here. Gas turbine, steam turbine, and turbine word said how to turbine works. It will be here is a gas turbine. We have to uh, see this and understand the working of gas turbine, that how the pressurized gas of saturated would be in turbine's plate and how it runs it. So there is a working of wind gas turbine. That how it works. You can understand that there is a airflow, and air is inlet at this level. These are the thrust bearing and journal bearing, which rotates. Furthermore, in the inlet of this thing, these are the turbine blades. These are made by the titanium outlet guide vanes, which can change the direction of steam. Operating rings, they can change the direction of steam, that either it will start from the starting, ending, or in between. So stationary blades are connected that one by one cascaded way. So these are the blades. The outcome outreach of the steam can be crossover from this way. And similarly, going towards the steam flow can be starting blade to the ending at this way. This steam we extract at this level is super saturated dry steam. Dovetail is also installed here, and compressor spindle and turbine spindle. There are the two sections of turbine in which the high pressurized and low pressurized steam is inlet at this level, by which the turbine is rotated. These are some kind of specs of wind turbine which I discussed with you, and moreover comes to the PPT lecture of this level. So at the end we got the superheated steam, and then superheated steam, supersaturated dry steam, and then into the enter into a turbine blades. Furthermore comes to the part of economizer. And what is the working of economizer? Flow gases coming out of the boiler carry lot of heat. The function of economizer is to recover some of heat from heat carried. It can extract the heat carry away in the flue gases up, and flue gases stack and utilize it for heating the feed water to the boiler. That particular feed water is a treatment of water, treat water from the chemical treatment plant, extracted from there, and uh, by the pumping of the pipes, it can extract at the level of economizer. Water to boiler, it is placed in the passage of flue gases in between and exit from the boiler and the entry to the chimney. At the end, it will be uh, flow from the environment from the chimney. The use of economizer results in the saving in coal and combustion. The main reason to install economizer is to save the utilization of coal that consume as a fuel, increasing in the steaming rate and high boiler efficiency, but needs extra investment and increase in maintenance cost and floor area required for the plant. This is used in all modern plants. In this, a large number of small diameter thin wall tube are placed between two headers. Feed water enters a tube through one header and leaves through the other. The flue gases flow outside the tubes, usually in counterflow. The working of economizer can be understood at its level that it extracts the feed water from the river, and feed water heater extract the water from the feed water pump and provide it to the boiler. So the main purpose of economizer is here. You can see to extract the water treatment water to enter in the boiler and to form heat, to insert that particular heat into drum. And after the drum, it comes towards the superheater to transform the wet steam into dry steam, and then super saturated dry steam to inlet in the steam turbine. Till now, if you have any kind of query, please discuss. Otherwise, we continue the session. Air preheater. And where is air preheater? Uh, mm, this level is air preheater. Air preheater. This is air preheater. So, comes to the air preheater topic. The remaining heat of flue gases is utilized by air preheater. It is a device used in a steam boiler to transfer heat from the flue gases to the combustion air before the air enters the furnace. That means the fuel is burned in the furnace and the extra amount of air is intake from the environment to blow that heat and to increase its intensity and save the utilization of fuel in the furnace. That is the main purpose to use air preheater, also known as air heater. Air preheater is also known as air preheater. Air heating system is also known as, it is kept at a place nearby where the air enters into the boiler. This is the main scenario. This is the simple thing. The purpose of the air preheater is to recover the heat from the flue gas from the boiler to remove boiler efficiency by burning warm air, which increase combustion efficiency. That's the main thing, that we are using the air preheater in our steam power plant to increase the efficiency of the furnace and to make save the cost and fuel. That is the main thing, to use the air preheater to increase the intensity of furnace without utilizing the fuel, and to reduce useful heat loss and use heat lost from the flue. As a consequences, the gases are also sent to the chimney. The main thing to use chimney, I also explain you in this topic. This air which is extract to the chimney and provided to the chimney, this is the main thing which are talking about. So comes to the next aspect of air preheater, a chimney or stack at a lower temperature, allowing simplified design of the ducting and stack. It is also allows control over the temperature of gases leaving the stack to meet emissions regulations. For example, after extracting heat flue, gases are passed to electrostatic precipitator. Why we use electrostatic precipitator? We discuss this thing at the end of this slide. First thing is that air and gas flow. We all know that the forced draft fan is installed at this level to blow the air from the hot air to the furnace to increase the intensity of this furnace heating way and to insert that particular heat in the boiler. Boiler can boil the water and to convert the liquid to steam, wet steam, then to dry steam, then to superheater to super saturated dry steam. That supersaturated dry steam and insert further collect to the drum and drum further to preheater and then preheater to steam turbine. This is the main cycle that we already discussed in previous slides. Comes to that the anormative gases which are produced in this combustion chamber. In this chamber, we extract that particular gases, anormative gases and toxic kind of gases from this chamber to flue gases, and from in this flue gases the electrostatic precipitator, it can absorb or extract the particles of dust and particles of those things which can damage the further environment. So it is the electrostatic precipitator or acceptor to collect the particular particles from the electrostatic technique to collect that particular precipitator means the particles, particular particles which can damage, or the solid material which can damage the chimney, the pump. That's the reason the flue gases consist of the tiny particular precipitator or particles by the technique of electrostatic mechanism to absorb that particles and flow the gases to the pump, that is induced draft fan, and that fan flow that innormative gases and toxic gases after treatment to flow from the chimney. That chimney is also, the way of chimney is called stack. So this is the same scenario of air and gas flow, electrostatic precipitator, air preheater, furnace, drum collection of the steam, and the chamber at which the innormative gases are collected during the burning of fuel, that is coal. This is the main scenario that we have discussed in this session. Okay. Now, if anyone have any kind of query at this level, feel free to ask. I will answer your questions. If you have any kind of question, feel free to ask. I will answer. In this session, we have Ijaz Ahmad, Muhammad Absar, Muhammad Uzair, Mubashir, and Rustam Ali. They are the five members in today's session. If you have any kind of query, please feel free to discuss. Important aspect according to the exam is that you have to draw diagrams against every question. This is the hint of midterm, for midterm, that you have to draw diagram against every kind of question. So remember this thing for exam. Okay, moving towards the next slide. If you have any question, please ask.
Sir, can we discuss, sir, repeat again air and gas flow diagram?
I can understand your voice. Please speak loud.
Sir, kindly repeat again air and gas flow diagram.
Flow diagram. Okay, I repeat this thing to you that
Yes, actually, sir, network problem in Gilgit.
okay. Furthermore, we are discussing about the air and gas flow. In air and gas flow, we are discussing about that here is the burning section at which the fuel is burned here. Your fuel is what? Your fuel is coal, gas, and फ्यूल गैस एंड कोल. कोयला जलता है, फर्नेस गैस जलती है, और क्या जलता है? तीसरी चीज जलती है बारह. दे आर द थ्री काइंड ऑफ कन्वेंशनल फ्यूल विच आर बर्न इन फर्नेस. भट्टी कहते हैं फर्नेस को. इन फर्नेस दीज आर द थ्री फ्यूल्स आर बर्न एट दिस लेवल. बट टू सेव द कॉस्ट ऑफ फ्यूल, we are using air preheater. Air preheater, I also explain this way that हमने अक्सर देखा होगा, हम तंदूर वालों के पास जाते हैं वो लेने के लिए, रोटी लेने के लिए. तो आग को भड़काने के लिए वो लकड़ी नहीं जलाते हैं, बल्कि ब्लोअर लगाते हैं. ब्लोअर आपने देखा होगा, बटन दबाते हैं, वो ब्लोअर का सेक्शन बना होता है तंदूर में, और फिर आग उससे भड़कती है. ये देखा होगा आपने. तो आग को भड़काने के लिए यहाँ पे एक एयर प्री हीटर, हॉट एयर इनलेट की जाती है. इससे क्या होता है कि दैट फोर्स ड्राफ्ट fan are installed at this level which can extract the air, and air preheater provide the air to the furnace heat to increase the burning and intensity of the heat in this furnace chamber. What the reason is that to uh, save the fuel cost and efficiency, and improve the efficiency, and to save the cost at this level. That's the reason we are using the air preheater to increase the intensity without using fuel. ठीक है, जैसे आप तंदूर में देखते हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा लकड़ियाँ जलाता नहीं है, लकड़ी एक जलाता है और उसके ऊपर ब्लोअर लगाकर उसकी इंटेंसिटी को बढ़ा देता है। वो हर वक्त लकड़ियाँ नहीं डाल रहा होता जो तंदूर वाला होता है। दैट इज द रीजन टू सेव द फ्यूल by apply air preheater. Okay, air preheater provide the hot air and to increase the intensity of heat in this chamber. Here is the economizer which can convert your uh, water into steam. That steam is we called wet steam. Wet steam further convert into dry steam, and dry steam further provided to the provided to the uh, economizer, sorry, uh, air preheater. uh, why the slide is not changed? This is the economizer that convert your wet steam into dry steam, and furthermore superheater is connected which can convert your dry steam into super saturated dry steam and pressurized way. That steam is collected in drum section. Here the steam is collected, and further we provide that particular super saturated dry steam to the steam turbine. Okay, furthermore, during the burning during the burning of fuel, there are the innovative toxic gases are produced, that is the carbon emission, and it is harmful for the environment and human being and mankind. For this particular purpose, we have to extract that innovative gases from this chamber to the flue gases of pump. Furthermore, these gases are consist of tiny precipitator particles which have to be collected at this section that is called electrostatic precipitator. In this section we have collect the particle precipitators that can damage the induced draft fan, because that fan extract the gases from this section and provide it to the stack of chimney. Chimney is the particular way to extract the innovative gases, carbonization or carbon emission and toxic gases to the environment after treatment. So particularly that pump extract that particular particles, and this pump would be damaged if the particles directly extract from this section. So between flue gas and extractor, we need to install a chamber that is we called electrostatic precipitator, which can extract the particles of innovative gases at this level. uh, इसको मैं उर्दू में भी समझा सकता हूँ कि जब यहाँ पे कोयले को, गैस को, फ्यूल को जलाया जाता है तो उसके नतीजे में पार्टिकल्स प्रोड्यूस हो रहे होते हैं, छोटे छोटे नुक्ते होते हैं, दाने होते हैं। तो जब वो यहाँ प्रोड्यूस हो रहे होते हैं गैसेस के अंदर भी वो आ जाते हैं, वो गैसेस हमें पंप के जरिए एक्सट्रैक्ट करनी होती है। अब वो अगर पार्टिकल मोटे मोटे कोयले के टुकड़े हो गए या जर्रे हो गए तो वो जमा होते रहेंगे और इसे खराब कर देंगे और इसको जाम कर देंगे, इसका मुंह बंद हो जाएगा। दैट इज हाउ कि ये आगे उन गैसेस को यहाँ जमा होती रहेंगी और ये गैसेस जमा होते होते या तो पंप फट जाएगा या फिर ये जगह फट जाएगी। That is the reason we need to extract the particular particles of precipitator that is produced in this chamber during the carbon emission. So this is the way that how air and gas flow chamber works, and particularly we are also discussed the uh, chamber or cyclic process of drum, and particularly the steam is collect here, and furnace where the fuel is burned here, air precipitator, oh sorry, air preheater we discuss here, air preheater we discuss here, air preheater, and the chamber at which the carbon emission. Anyone have any kind of query, please feel free to discuss, I will answer your question. Happy to Sama, your mic is open. If you have any kind of query, question, please ask.
नो सर, वो गलती से भूल गया था।
Okay, ji. further we have discussed electrostatic precipitator and induced draft fan at this level and chimney at the end. So till now, if anyone have any kind of query, please feel free to discuss. I will provide answer of your question. And if you not have any kind of question, the session of this Zoom expire at this level. So I'm requesting with you to please join the session with the same link which I already share with you in WhatsApp. That this session is end now, so I requesting you to join again the session in the same link. uh, Hopefully we also meet. Allah Hafiz.